So, hello YouTube. Good morning. It's Imersão in English, and here on TALKNTALK, we stay improving our skills in English. And I'm not a teacher. It is not a class. It's just a conversation. So, I will start with you, Lilian. Could you please read it for us the number one?
Yes, in your opinion, what makes the Brazilian approach to problem solving unique compared to other cultures? Um, in my opinion, in comparison with the other cultures, we try to solve problems quickly. Um, specifically in my area, because we don't have enough time to spend to waste, and we try to figure out how I can solve it, wasting the less time as possible. But we also have problems when we need to solve the structural problems like build a bridge or fix things on a freeway, because in this case it involves other areas in Brazil, and these areas try to solve the problem as low as possible, because in this case they can make more money. But overall, I think we try to solve as soon as possible, because in this case we can like get a rest, don't think too much on that problem, and that is it.
Yeah, exactly that. Some kind, we need to just to resolve, think the solution, no? But the almost the person thinking about the problem. Yeah, exactly like that. And for you, Tati.
I think the Brazilians is unique because the creativity, is so different for them the other cultures. And here the he, I think we love works generally, and because this is them patient about the solve a problems. I think because this
You
and
have a team, no?
yeah.
Because I remember that.
Yes.
How you do that? For example, when you needed to resolve some kind of problem with your team.
Um, sometimes I like to putting the team inside the room and discuss about the problem. After I I talk with them, and which possibilities it's over here, and a lot of ideas, and then complement the ideas.
Hmm. Of course. Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly that.
Mm. Yeah.
It's important to have some kind of meeting, no?
Yeah. And here I think we think and which important for the value for the client, because uh, a lot of problems here it's about the services for clients in my case, and always I think with them, and how to solve a problem for these clients. It's value for these clients, because it's not only about the just about only the problem. It's about the how to help the client.
Hmm. Exactly that. And sometimes the client's so important, because, for example, you need them. So I agree with you. And and for you, Yasmin.
Yeah, I think one thing that making Brazilian people so creativity to solve problems is because normally it's cheaper trying to resolve something with a problem than buy another thing, for example. One example of Brazilian people is to put a nail in a sandal and Havaianas instead to buy another because it's cheaper. So I think Brazilian people do that with everything and some problem in the house or some problem with an object. And yeah, this is I think that every Brazilian is raised to deal with, and this make Brazilian people so creativity.
Mm-hmm. Exactly that. And Havaianas, it's so common for us, because when I talking about it, um, uh, of course it's not the point, but when you're thinking about the person that living abroad in this country, the Havaianas, it's so sophisticated, and for us it's just Havaianas. And go ahead. Let me see. The number two. Do you think um jeitinho brasileiro it's more about creativity or survival? And why? Lilian, I will start with you.
I think it is a mix of these two things, because uh, it's like we develop the creativity to survive. Uh, so for me, when I need to solve a problem, a big problem, I try to be creative actually, because it's like I need to solve it right now because I don't have more time and I don't have any other options. Uh, and yes, I'm a privileged person, and I know that have more people dealing with or facing other challenges, and they need to be creativity to eat, to have a house, and in this case I think it is a mix, a blending of these two things.
Yeah, exactly that. And give me a example like a jeitinho brasileiro that you did, for example.
uh, at work, my one of my responsibilities is data ingestion. And sometimes I put the data to ingest all the data, because I know I need to create a new function, but I don't have enough time, and but I need to deliver it. So I put all the data to update, even if I know it's not a good option. It's not um, cheap, but it's like if I need to deliver, and and I don't have enough time, I'll make my better, even if it's not even if it's not the best. It's like all the time I need to do that, and all the time I come back and I solve my second problem.
Mm-hmm. Of course, I agree with you. And Tati, what do you think? And give me an example too that you did.
Um, I think about the jeitinho brasileiro it's about the both. It's not only one. Because when I think the Brazilian people really like to help the others, you know. And when I think jeitinho, oh, this way is better, but it's not possible for anything, for because the time, because the money, because but the Brazilian people think, oh, how can I help the other, or how can I find another way better? It's not, sometimes it's not better, but solve the problems.
Mhm.
And all the cases, uh, is it's need do this. But for example, um, um, I think thinking one example. Um, for example, I talk about my life, personal life. Um, I love run, but I have two children, and I'm
How
married.
age do you are? The
uh,
children.
8 and 3.
Oh, it's younger yet.
Yes, and but I like to practice sports, but I don't have a lot of time, and because this I need uh, sleep less. Um, and for me, it's my jeitinho brasileiro, because if I heard only my I don't know. Somente a minha vontade, I just sleep. And for me, this is my jeitinho brasileiro, but it's okay for me. It's another, it's not better way, but it's my way. I, 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 this is my choice.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah.
And for you, Yasmin, the number 2. It's like a jeitinho brasileiro, and give me a example that you did that you
Well,
remember.
I discovered the problem. I just needed to restart here. So, but about jeitinho brasileiro, I think this started as a survival need. And after that, the Brazilian people improved the creativity because, yeah, like I said, it's cheaper just try to fix some things than buy again. And maybe it is easier to just to fix the thing that is next to us than just search again to buy. So yeah, I think it started as survival thing.
Girls,
And
I needed
after,
2 minutes, okay? So Yasmin, please continue that, and after that, respond the third question, okay?
okay. So yeah, like I said, I think it started as a survival thing, and after that, improve the creativity ability. So yeah, one example of me is, I don't know, maybe everything that I try to fix instead of to buy again, because I don't know, every time that I broke something, I try to fix, even if I waste some time on that, then just accept and go to buy the same thing. So I every time try to fix something when I broke. So this is my example. Let me see here the third question. Can creative improvisation be considered a skill, or is it a response to limited researches? Yeah, I think the both, because normally we improve the improvisation when we don't have enough researches to deal with the situation that we are passing through. So sometimes we don't have the enough things that we need to have in improvisation with the things that we already have is a way to deal with these situations. And yeah, I think it's a skill because of that. So I think both of them.
I agree with you. I have the two, but sometimes I have limited research, of course. But I guess we we needed to study by NASA because sometimes when you saw, for example, a video on YouTube or I don't know other social media, the guys, the Brazilian guys, it's so creative, no? It's like a MacGyver person. And what do you think, Lilian?
I agree with you. I think creative improvisation is like a skill because if we have this type of thinking to solve problems, we can call it a skill because in this case we need to develop like improvisation to solve problems. So yes, I agree with you.
Mhm. And what do you think, Tati?
I agree with the all the class, but I think the it's both. And when I think for this, I I think the Brazilian people never get up. Always think in the way. I think because this the Brazilian people is so different in the other cultures. You know, for the NASA or in the other uh, professionals, because always thinks, oh, how it's possible to do this or this, and sometimes in other cultures, the professionals think just only in your box because in your mind, oh, this is not my responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
for,
Exactly.
for Brazilians, no, always thinking and always a lot of box open all the time.
If it's happy, I need to do this. And
Yes.
exactly that. And now is number 4, girls. Yeah,
But Lilian, don't you answer or would you answer?
No, I
I don't
answered.
know. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
So, number 4. How does Brazilian humor influence the way people deal with challenges and unexpected situations? I start with you, Lilian.
Um, I think we are passionate about work. Um, I realized in my years of experience, and right now I deal with people outside Brazil that we are more engaged with our work than other people, other countries. And in this way, I think we are more flexible to deal with challenge, and we put a lot of energy to solve that problem. But it's like we aren't be upset about we didn't got upset actually about the problem. But I also saw experiences other things like uh, because our passion, we are more sometimes aggressive with the problem. It's like we need to solve it, we need to solve it, but sometimes that thing don't have a solution, and we insist a lot on that. So depends on the situation, depends on the company, yeah, depends on the group. But sometimes I think our passion can do both things. We are more flexible, but we are also more aggressive sometimes.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes I have the feeling like we like it so much help the other person, for example. And uh, Brazilian guys, it's so hot, and it's not a pejorative thing, for example, because we are this like a way, for example. And for example, if you have some kind of accident, the trash or the street, everybody stay there, and if he needs, the guy help the other guy, for example. And it doesn't happen, for example, in other country. I I said this for one guy that work with me, and the guy said in USA, for example, if you if you stay, for example, at the road, and in this road, for example, your car broken, the other guys just turn around so 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 far and go back, don't back, for example. It's a culture, no? And what do you think, Esme?
Yeah, about the Brazilian humor related to the solve problem. I think the humor helps a lot because um, normally the Brazilian people are soft, take the things soft, and the humor helps a lot to deal with the challenge and situations that aren't expected because make the situation soft. Normally, the unexpected things is a heavy thing, are a heavy thing. So the humor helps a lot to take easy the situation and to calm down and to solve what is happening in the best way. So I think the Brazilian humor helps a lot on that, and it's something that is of our culture because in other cultures people are more serious, I think.
Yeah, and to have the calor humano that we
Yeah,
have, no?
yeah, I agree with
Mm,
you.
yeah. For example, if I meet at the street, for example, Yasmin, of course, yeah, you need a hug. And the other guys, for example, that living abroad and have other culture, it's not normal. And for us, it's. And what do you think, Tati, about the number 4?
I think it's depend the situation because it's the uh, if the situation is uh, difficult, it's involving the feels, or it's not possible to humor. But in at work, for example, it's, I think, the if you have attention in the so is not humor, it's possible, because but sometimes it's better, um, go out the room sometimes. Is better for all. But in the normal situation, I think the Brazilians always always stay free, you know. Oh, it's okay. I think in another way, or okay, how to do think for you feel better, or because in yeah, and I think because this uh here in Brazil, in more time, the people live in the difficult situations, and it's so hard, the life. And when they think in the problems, uh, they think in real problems. And for work, it's okay. It's another way. No, because this, I think, depends the situation.
But about the when the guys, it's so poor, like you said, for example, is the guys that resolve your problems in the good way, in the best way, I guess, because you don't have a resolution, something like that. So it's
Yeah.
complicated.
Yeah.
And let me see, guys. The number 5. What everyday examples show the strength of Brazilian adaptability and resilience? What do you think, Lilia?
Um, I think we face like many common problems with other cultures, like cope with traffic jams, flooring, or but you have extreme heat in Rio de Janeiro. I suffer with it, but I think the difference between us and other cultures is like we don't lose our patience or our joy of living. We continue. We don't give up because we know it's part of our life. We can't change it, so we need to live. We need to continue. So I think it is more about the how we deal with the problems instead of the examples, because the examples, I think it is like the same for everyone in the world.
Mm-hmm. It's the true. And we needed to don't have exactly you said, don't have other away, no. So it's possible to resolve did it this with humor. It's just this. And what do you think, Yasmin?
Yeah, I think all of the day of Brazilian is an example of resilience and adaptability, because Brazilian people normally do whatever is necessary to keep going with their families and they day by day. And it's hard because a lot of time is necessary to make some adjust on the, I don't know, market um, purchase because the things are really expensive. They need to make some changes and to be resilient to accept that and to adapt themselves. And also, Brazilian people also works in a lot of time in examples of works that isn't so good for them. For example, 6 per 1 work days is normal in a lot of places here in Brazil. And a lot of Brazilians works in that way and just keep going and adapt themselves, their routine to do a good job even in this setting. So yeah, I think every day, every time the Brazilian people are adapting themselves to uh, enjoy the life even with these aspects.
Yeah, and about the 6 per 1, like you said, Yasmin, I guess the most of people in Brazil work with this kind of a situation. It's so, and sometimes, for example, the guys don't have a one Saturday or one Sunday that you could to stay with your family or with your friends, and sometimes the guys missing, for example, the first walk about your children, for example, or I don't know, a lot of commemorations, for example, that your family or not, your friends, and it's complicated. But I guess we can to stop it with this, and the road it's coming for this, no? And what do you think, Tati?
I think the Brazilian show this when I I talk about the generally, okay, but when we wake up 5 a.m., uh, take the bus, a lot of people together, go to the work, and after go to the college and go back to home 1 a.m. And sometimes them sleep 3 or 4 hours and start again this life. But for me, it's the better example because I think a lot of people to do this in Brazil, and they 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 and 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 then it doesn't give up, you know, always continues think in a better life and the better conditions for the your family. And I think because
Yeah,
this the resilience it's and adaptability is so hard in Brazilian people.
it's so strong,
Yeah.
because it's like you born with this.
Yeah, when you compare the Brazilian, the life Brazilian, and the, for example, American Brazilian, it's so different. Uh, they work, uh, and in some moments for the vacations or after college. And here no, here we work, start work very early, very early.
Yeah, and In the other side, I guess we work so much because the price that you need to live here in Brazil, it's so high, in my opinion. But it's interesting because for example, the China's people, it works like I guess 4, 5, 6, 7 hours more
Yes.
that
Mhm.
we works, no, and sometimes I think how can you do that, because
How
it's
is
so,
possible?
yeah, how is it possible? Because I
Uh,
can imagine,
mhm.
for
Yes.
example, myself to do that, like hours, five, 5 hours more than like I work. So it's hard. It's hard. And Yasmin, you answer? Yes, né? Okay.
Yes.
So I guess we need time. We have time just for one more question. So, Lilian, choose you one,
Mhm.
please.
I think I will follow the next. Do you
Okay.
believe creativity in Brazil is enhanced by social and economic obstacles or restricted by them? Um, I believe on Nietzsche. I think social and economic obstacles drive creativity. Uh, Another day, I was watching a video on YouTube, and a guy was struggling with the high temperatures. So he built an unusual air conditioner. He used a fan, ice, and isopor, I don't know how to say it in English, to build it. Uh, yes, I thought it was amazing. However, I know that his invention was more because he probably don't have enough conditions to buy an air conditioner, and our electricity bills are very expensive. Uh, for example, in Spain, the minimum wage is 1,000, more than 1,000 euros per month, but the electricity bills is like 80 euros per month. In Brazil, we have it like the same minimum wage. However, our electricity bill is like more than 300 or 400 reais. So in Brazil, we don't have like support for the economy or government, and we need to be more creativity to live. Like we need to to put a lot of effort to live and solve our problems with creativity.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you. I totally agree. And what do you think, Yasmin?
Yeah, I think the creativity came because of the economical obstacles. Because for me, creativity is to act in maybe the imperfect environment just with the tools that we have. And a lot of Brazilian people pass through this. They might, like I said before, have some obstacles, economic obstacles, or even in the environment. And their creativity comes to do what they need to do, even with less tools that they need or the imperfect environment. So I think the creativity is enhanced by these obstacles. And yeah, the restriction, I think don't have this restriction because the creativity, like I said, comes in these moments that aren't perfect.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes, I guess, these obstacles yes, economic things, for example, because sometimes when you have some kind of problem, and this problem needs to a lot of money, for example, it's like most of the Brazilian guys stay to get me out of trouble, something like that. So I guess the creativity is so important in depending of the case, but sometimes it's like I said, get me out of trouble. Because it's like we said in the second question, um jeitinho brasileiro, no? Sometimes I have this kind of feeling. And Tati, what do you think?
I have a point. I not agree totally with us.
Go ahead.
Because imagine if the Brazilian people, have the opportunity to have same level of education the other countries.
Um, Second point.
Uh, we continues really creative, but you will have a lot of problems for with the more performation, you know. And I think if we have because this I think restricted. Uh, if we have this condition, I think I think a gente conseguiria potencializar isso.
Mm-hmm.
And we have big big things with construction. You know, we change the things.
Yeah, it's a good point of view. So, girls, unfortunately, we don't have more time. So, I really enjoy this conversation, and thank you very so much, Lilian, Yasmin, and Tati. And I hope to see you in the next immersion, of course, in the other immersions too. And I'm hope you have a great day and or have a good works or other things if you study, for example. So I hope you have a great day. So girls, see you and